Hi, I'm Jonathan Campbell, and I've always liked to build things. In 2004, I was paralyzed in a bike accident and am now a quadriplegic. Despite my limitations, I found new ways to build things, and so I'm making these videos to show others who may be injured that plenty of things are still possible. Hello, this is Jonathan Campbell. In today's video, I'm going to assemble this board that I designed and put it into this case that I had 3D printed. The whole process is going to involve cutting these pins off, cutting the extra part of these pins off, and then plugging in this 3-volt battery, and then getting all of that to hopefully fit inside of this case. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off the extra length of pins. The pins are a little too long at the top, and that's going to affect how much room I have for my battery in the case. So, as I often do, I'm going to go ahead and put this into my vise to make it a little bit easier. And then I've got these cutters here. These handy cutters, and I'm going to put on my safety glasses because these things will shoot up and go everywhere, especially since I have to use two hands. I lean forward and they're always hit me in the face. So it takes me two hands to cut these, and I'm just going to cut a couple here on video because these tend to go everywhere. So I'm going to take this outside to cut the rest of them, but I just get a two-handed grip on here, and then just squeeze together, and you can hear them going everywhere. So far they've all landed on my desk, but that one landed across the room. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, go outside and cut the rest of these, and then I'll be right back to finish the rest of the board. Okay, so I've got the rest of the pins cut off, as you can see right there, and that should give us a little more room in the case. So now I'm going to connect up my battery, and we use the smaller battery here than I had originally planned to. But you know, I've been able to plug this in just flat on a tabletop right like this. But you know, it frustrates me and it usually takes a while, and I found the quicker way to do it is just to use my vise, but rather than to put the board in the vise, I can just take the battery and put it in here instead, like so. You can see that, yep. And then I can take the board and just press down on there instead, and you can see the light coming on, so it's working. And let's see. So now I'm going to put it into the case, and I'll start by putting this in here. And in case you're wondering why I've chosen puke green, fluorescent puke green in my case, it's because this is the first version of this. I'm not completely sure if everything's going to fit right, but it's my first printing of this case, and so it's ultimately going to be printed in black. But I just wanted to make sure that I'd be able to see if it doesn't work, where it's not fitting right, and it's easier to see that when it's printed in a bright color like this green. So what I need to do now, the tricky part is going to be coiling up this wire and the battery to all fit in here. So let's see. So I don't have much function. Well, I don't have function in either of my hands really. In my fingers, I'm able to pick things up using it's called a Tenodesis grasp, which is where I move my wrist up and it allows my thumb and my index finger to come together. In my right hand, I don't have so much of that, and so I do most of my grabbing and picking up things with my left hand, and in my right hand pretty much kind of use it just to kind of brace things or press things up against. So in this case, I'm able to kind of hold the battery down with my right index finger. Alright, so I think I've got things where it's going to fit. Now, I just need to put the lid on. So, I think I got everything fitting the way it's supposed to. Just need to turn this over. And I think the battery's kind of giving me problems, but there we go. So I got that fitting the way it's supposed to. I think I got everything where it needs to fit. So so now I just need to screw the case shut, and I've got a couple of Phillips head screws here, and I use a screwdriver with a magnetic tip to help me pick up the screws. So I'll put that in there, and then I use an electric screwdriver to screw the screw in the rest of the way. And usually I use a vise for this. I'm going to see if I was using in another video. I'm using a flathead screwdriver, so I need to go ahead and flip this screwdriver tip. And the easiest way, quickest way for me to do that is just to use my vise. Oops. And you can see my Tenodesis grasp allows me to pick up things. This is about the heaviest thing I can pick up without it slipping out of my hand. Anything heavier than this, and I can't really, it'll slip out. I can't grip it tight enough to be able to stay between my fingers. All right, so I've got the Phillips head tip back in there, and now I'm going to see if I can do this without it spinning out of control. There we go, that worked. And then I've got one last screw here. It looks like this is going to be going together the way I'd hoped it would. Oops. There we go. Alright, so it looks like everything fits together there. The LED can be seen through there. So there we go. So all done. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. Sit, Sadie, sit. Good. Sit. Good girl.